Using credit cards, it's not traditional. Most people put credit card debt in a category that says credit card debt is bad. Some people say all kinds of debt is bad. I think I want to take from the master or somebody that we all know, Kiyosaki. We read that Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He's the guy that said there's good debt and there's bad debt, and good debt makes more than it costs. And so I had read that book, and I was going through all those exercises in my mind, sizing up before I even decided to do these routines with credit cards. Is it bad to have $250,000 worth of credit card debt if you use that credit card debt to buy $500,000 worth of houses? I don't think so. Is that a gamble? Not really. It's a highly, highly calculated risk, but it's not a gamble. What's the chances that houses are going to decrease in value overnight? 50%. Overnight. That would take almost a cataclysmic or astronomical problem, short of a meteor hitting the globe, So I think we can use credit cards. In this day and age, houses aren't quite as cheap. When I was buying houses, I could buy a house in downtown San Antonio for $15,000, $20,000, and I could fix it up for $10,000. So I could get $10,000 off of this card, $10,000 off this card, go buy the house. I get $10,000 off this card, go fix the house, and then I could go seller finance the house for $60,000 with 10% down, and then I could sell the note and get another 83% of whatever the note was worth. Anyways, I'd end up making $27,000 on these houses within 60 days. A lot of these cards were 0% interest or no payments for 6 months or 12 months or 18 months. So I didn't even have to make any payments on these cards or any interest on these cards. So it made perfect sense. I went and did it. Today, houses are more expensive, but you can still use credit cards in very creative ways. You can use them for down payments. You can use them to do all of your rehabs. Think about it. If you're an investor out there right now and you're rehabbing a house a month, that's 12 houses, and you're rehabbing houses for $15,000 or $20,000 or $30,000 rehabs each house. Well, you can just put those on 0% introductory offer credit cards and not have to pay any interest and not have to pay anything to get that rehab done. And then when you flip the house, you simply pay everyone you owe, including the credit card company. You call them up and ask them how much you owe on the credit card. You pay them with the money from the proceeds of the sale, and you get to keep what's left over. One of the most important things I did, or the most clever things I did, was whenever I used a credit card for a house, I put that credit card, I taped it inside the folder for that house. If I put $1 on a credit card for a house, that was the only house that I would take money from off that credit card. So I might have the whole $10,000 on this credit card in there. I might have the whole $10,000 on this credit card in there. And then I might have had $10,000 worth of available credit on this card, but I only needed $3,000 for the rehab. But it still went inside the folder because I didn't want to have all different kinds of houses commingling and mixing up with all different kinds of cards. I didn't want to get confused. It was real simple. When I sold that house, I got 100% of the money from the sale because there were no liens on that house because I bought it with credit card money. And so all I had to do, once I got the money from the sale and put it in my bank, I just call my wife and say, honey, we sold this house on 123 Main Street. We got $60,000 in the bank right now. You need to get in that folder, pull out all the credit cards that are taped into the front cover, call them up, find out what the payoffs are, and send them a check immediately overnight. And then I need to know how much those credit cards cost me, because when I subtract that amount from my $60,000, we'll know how much I made. And that's what we did over and over and over again for 100 houses.